The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Behind set, ready!
I got you, son! I got you, son!
Understand her.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
It's a little bit different size than they're used to seeing in Chicago, playing the middle linebacker position. But undersized or not, his speed is absolutely overwhelming. And when he arrives with a thump. The city of broad shoulders loves Roquan Smith.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Pass, Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice. Or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. He's got a man. That's Marshall. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
To throw again on 2nd down. Flacco, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
Watch the ship. Hey.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They run with David Montgomery, the 3rd-round pick from Iowa State. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, you can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Doug, 180! You better bring it.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
180! Hey, ball. Red, up.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounces. Into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Locke. For Marshall, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Locke now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw it for him there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And oh, what a catch there by Marshall. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40.
Let's go
Trying
now.
to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
I'm here all day.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Gator.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Leaf River.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20.
On third down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the first down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
50, plant.
59.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're a little more of a scat back type trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive super guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And that is caught by Marshall for a Jet touchdown. Brandon Marshall, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first on the scoreboard here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leaves a 2nd and 10 from the 25. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Trubisky will throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check, 59.
Get it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now a dump off here complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
That's it, baby.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Time to go, night.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Locke flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The kick by McManus is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal.
Let's go.
And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Go! 180! Who that? Who that?
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Mike 51. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
On second and 12, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
You don't want no problems with me.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning them down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble to get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. Return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a first down. Big play to start them out. Has them at the 45 already. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go now.
Second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Bravo.
Now Locke. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Set, 8, read.
59.
Throwing his lock on third down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure this guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Bring it on.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You're almost talking me into it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Gives this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, D.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Baby. Yeah!
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check him. You're trash. You're trash.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Mike, 34.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He got 29 yards that time. So one play, they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go one more.
Get it.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Blue draw corkers. Now.
Locked to throw on 2nd down. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
No gain on this.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here we
The
go.
Broncos had 15
15
4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
Let's go.
They're going with Lindsey. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Throwing here, Trubisky. His throw incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey,
check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's set a tone, fellas.
Alert. Hey,
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's got this down to the 35. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
A gain of 15.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Danny.
Again, it's Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
Let's go, baby.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board. We'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Mike,
we saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. In this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ready?
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Check.
Deep grip.
From the gun, it's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Ready.
A couple of first downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Locke.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We begin the 3rd.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Shoot.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Hireman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Now.
On 2nd down and 4. Lock. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down.
70,
down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's Lindsey. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game.
Get that ball.
On 2nd down now. It's Freeman, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Block now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. Oh, Cohen lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Ready,
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Ready.
Back to throw. Lock. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
The 21-yard line.
A lot going to throw it here. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Broncos, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean.
Select the team you want to join.
Everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support rod. Lifting up. Never not on my run.
Start your season with recommended.
Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know.